And thanks for accepting our invitation and sparing your precious time. You must be busy online and all.
Yeah, it is a
So
new thing
thanks
to
for
try out
joining.
the Zoom classes, basically.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So you may start, ma'am.
Yeah, I can start my lecture?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Garima, you also start.
Most of the participants are students or they are faculty?
Ma'am, faculty also and BT third year students.
Okay, fine. So it's fine.
All the participants should switch on their video for 1 minute. At least we can take one screenshot. All the students, please switch on your video for 1 minute at least. Then you can switch off later on. Roma, you take the screenshot.
Yeah, I have taken already.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Should I start?
Okay, ma'am. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Hello, students. I am Dr. Tripti Bhatnagar. I am Managing Director, Kudon Biotech Private Limited, a company which is situated in Noida. Our company basically deals in a lot of verticals. The first of them is production of different biotechnology teaching kits, as well as some research kits. We are also started dealing into, for lower classes, like for school levels also, we are making different science kits as well as biology kits, just to basically inculcate and motivate the students in biology, which we, as everybody knows, the interest in biology is weakening day by day. That is the first vertical which we are doing. The second is basically we are a research lab wherein we have 2 or 3 government projects as well as private projects, in which we basically work mostly on industrial and environmental biotechnology. That is why I chose the topic of industrial biotech, because if there are BTech students who are more knowledgeable about the technology and the instrument part of the application of biotechnology, it becomes easier for them to understand also, and then it helps them for placement also. So this is the second. The third is basically we provide full scale, summer training, project work. For PhD level also, we have a working space and different faculty who guide them. So we do not enroll, but students can come to us and they can work, they can do them part project, or they can do their whole project with us. So that is the third vertical. And the fourth vertical, which we have started at present, is basically for pet care diagnostics. That is a part which is basically more of a voluntary kind of a service which we are providing for animals. So these are the major things which students, they can understand why we are doing things. So I'll be starting a PPT wherein I'll be explaining the importance of industrial biotech. And initially I'll go about what is generally industrial biotech, but later on we can come back to why students, there is a basically dearth of students being placed into industries wherein most of the biotechnology products are being produced. So that I'll be dealing at the end. And if you are third year students, you would know more about what is bioprocess, what is upstream, downstream processing. If not, I'll be telling you. And if you have any questions, you can come back later on, or in between also. If you want to unmute it, I have no problem. I can answer those questions in between also. So I'll be starting the PPT. Yeah. As everybody knows, there are basically main 4 branches of biotechnology. The first is blue biotechnology, which deals with biotechnology related to marine and aquatic life. The second is green biotechnology, which is basically related to plants. Third is red biotechnology, which is related to humans or animal development, like cloning of animals or developing of designer babies and that kind. And the final, which is the white biotechnology, deals with the industrial biotech part, which I'll be taking forward. If you see industrial biotech, I think so. Industrial biotech is one of the oldest biotechnology science on earth, wherein we can say ki, since hundreds of years we have been hearing about alcohol making, beer making, curd making, cake making, those things, wherein we know ki the microorganisms which are being used to develop some product which is used by humans or by animals. So if you see by pre-1940 also, before 1940, a lot of products were being produced using industrial biotechnology. In between, when we are coming to, before 80s, wherein biotechnology had just started, basically molecular biotechnology as well as proteomics, genomics, had just started a few years ago, after, 57, 58, it started, mostly the study started. By 80s, we came about production of probiotics, antibiotics, enzymes, different vaccines, biosurfactants, etc. After 80s, now we went into, recombinant proteins development, recombinant vaccines, monoclonal antibodies, and finally, which is the biodiesel production. So when we are talking about industrial biotechnology from an industry, aspect, becomes basically, it is a branch of biotechnology, which basically includes both traditional and nucleic acid aspects, but deals in the financial aspect also. That means we will going for an industry, we'll put in an industry only if the product or the process of product development would be really profitable to a person, or it would help in generation of at least some kind of a wealth. In most of the industrial biotech or industries which are basically commercial level, microorganisms are involved. Different types of microorganisms may be involved. In many cases, there would be cell lines also, which may be animal cell lines, or plant cells also may be involved in production of a product. So in industrial biotech or in an industry which is related to biotechnology, the amount of investment which is required to produce a product should be less than the profit, which should be less than the product, the cost of the product. As a result, only a product will be commercially, or it will be viable if you have a profit when you are producing it. Then when we are talking about industrial biotech, the important thing is industrial microbiology, because most of the biotechnology in industries is done by microbes only. And again here, the microbes, like for example, if we know yeast which is produced for direct, there could be microbes which are directly consumed, like in probiotic drinks which are being produced nowadays. We have microbes which are generated in labs, and then they are supplied to different milk producing companies, wherein they add those microbes into the milk or curd or butter or yogurt, and come out with a probiotic product. Or we can also go in for producing a product. Like if we are utilizing yeast, the most commonest example is alcohol, which is being produced by most of the sugar industries. Then just to give you an overview of the different human related products which are being produced at present in the world, like insulin, growth hormones, interferons, erythropoietins, clotting factors. Then there could be biotechnology vaccines which are there for hepatitis A, B, C, whooping cough, chlamydia, AIDS. These are all products which are at present being produced using industrial biotech as a process. Then next comes metabolite production, which may be like normally antibiotics are produced, alcohol is produced, acetone, organic acids, vitamins, these are being produced. There are a number of industry which is coming up for supplement production also. Then we know when we are talking about agriculture also has there are nitrogen fixing bacteria which are produced, which help in crop production, increasing the crop produce, etc. for farmers. Then there is another industry which is basically producing biocontrol agents. Initially, there was a lot of study, dealing with GMOs, like the cotton GMO, which was developed against cotton bollworm. But there were lots of problems with the, coming out when the transgenic came into the farms. So and it is always seen in Indian conditions, the biocontrol agents, if they are produced and then packaged and then sprayed on crops, it becomes a better aspect as compared to GMOs which are being produced. The last basic industry which is there is for biodiesel and energy producing industry. wherein utilization of lignocellulose waste or oil, this is used to convert into ethanol or biodiesel. I think most of the students must have read somewhere about these because you are third year. Then if you go into that main aspect of industrial enzymes, which is a major industry in India, because we are producing a lot of enzymes which are utilized in the chemical industry, in plastic industry, paper industry, textiles, food industry, and energy industry. So again, in industrial production of industrial enzyme becomes a very important industry in biotechnology. Before going to this process of biotechnology, I would just like to tell students, because they are basically the young minds, and they can come up with the number of startups with industrial biotech. When we are talking about biotechnology, everybody thinks that biotechnology is a science which requires a lot of money. The investment is very high. But if we go into industrial biotech and we want to set up an industry, make profit out of it, make money out of biotechnology, industrial biotech becomes a very it becomes an industry which requires a less investment. If you have heard about, I don't know if you have heard, but in kombucha tea, students have heard, it is a probiotic tea which is basically marketed a lot in India. So the first starting was an Urban Platter company, which was developed by two ladies who were basically biotechnologists, but they did not have a lab. So what they did was they got this kombucha culture, which is basically a probiotic culture of yeast, and they made tea at home in their pressure cookers. And once they made those, the tea was sterilized, they packaged it into bottles and started selling. Now that kombucha tea under the name of Urban Platter is available at a very high cost in Fab India. I think so most of the students must have heard about Fab India, because they are the main generation which goes to the malls and these things. So if you go there and ask for a kombucha tea of Urban Platter, you'll find out that it costs a small bottle of 250 or 200 ml would cost about 25 to 30 rupees. Which becomes, just to drink a tea, you are giving that much money. And that still till today also, those two ladies who are manufacturing that, it is in a very small area, small kind of a shed area where they are producing it. So now they have autoclaves and sterilizing technique. But initially when they started it, everything was started in a, in a kitchen and in a small pressure cooker. So when we are talking about industrial biotech, and me coming from an industry, I think we should really promote students to come up with new ideas wherein they can make some product and can start selling it at the college level also. Because these are very small things where only very small efforts are required, and a general techniques of basically fermentation, microbiology, and a little bit of quality testing is required, which can be done by students. And I think so they have learned so much in their first to fourth year in practicals as well as in summer trainings, etc. They can go for this. If anybody needs any advice or to start something, you can always come to me. I am there. We basically promote number of startups also. Now I'll go in for the basic part of industrial biotech. The first part comes as the bioprocess, because everything which we are developing, all products which we are developing comes by that process which is known as bioprocess. The bioprocess is nothing else but a enzymatic pathway which is occurring in a cell. It may be a microbial cell, a plant cell, or an animal cell for that matter. And what we are using, that same pathway which is already there, or we can basically transfer a gene which has a particular enzyme which helps in production of a new product by a microbe, and can start producing that enzyme or a product. It can be antibiotics, it can be an organic acid, it can be a protein, a specific protein, it can be vaccines. These kinds of products can be produced by microorganisms. The major advantage over chemical industry in these cases is, because if you're talking about if you're talking about antibiotics, or we're talking about organic acids or alcohols, normally a chemical industry also can produce those things. But the advantages here are basically a biotech industry requires lower temperature, pressure, pH. when we are lowering the temperature and the pressure, what we are lowering is the cost of the production. Second is we also can use renewable resources as a raw material. Again, we are decreasing the cost of production of that product. As we know, if there is higher amount of energy consumption, more amount of money would be required. Thus, when we are talking about a bioprocess compared to a chemical process, bioprocess will always cost less, and the product which we are getting could also have a cheaper rate. So, and because we are requiring a small place and it is not as harmful as a chemical industry, the production can also be upscaled to a larger level. Then the second part of the first part of a bioprocess, when we are talking about a bioprocess, the first thing is an upstream processing. Upstream means when we are producing the whole process, which from the substrate to a product. That means we are applying a microorganism or an animal cell or a plant cell, and we are giving it a particular substrate. That means it would be a certain media which we are giving it. Then we provide it with a pH, certain pH or a temperature, or we can, if it requires some other vitamins or hormones in it, those all process combine and producing a product at the other end. That whole process is known as upstream processing. If you see here, we start with the microorganism, or it may be any kind of a cell. The first point comes as a strain improvement, because when we are talking about producing something, we need a particular strain which produces high amount of that product. So that high amount can be basically either you can go in for recombinant, or you can go in for a mutant, or we can change the different requirements. Like you can change the nutritional requirement, we can change the pH levels, we can change the amount of culture which is there, we can change the metabolic products in between, just to increase the amount of product. Sorry. So next is the more important part comes is the fermentation raw material, the media we have to optimize. The next is the conditions which are there. Everything is basically put into a fermenter. Now here we are talking about a proper fermenter, but if you really want to have a startup and low cost investment, we can go in for a huge tub also, or a huge can, which is basically has a stirrer in it, if it is an oxygen requiring organism. So you can just put everything. We have some pipes which we can provide oxygen to it, and just by fermenting a media along with the microorganism, we can produce the specific product which is required. So when we come up to the upstream processing, the amount of investment would be less if you are talking about just the product development. More amount of investment is required for the next, which is the downstream processing. The downstream processing is basically, we have a huge media in which we have the bacterial culture, we have the products, we have the intermediates also which are produced. So the main aspect comes when we have to purify that product at the end and change it into a commercial product. That means we have to somehow package it. If it is a liquid, we may have to lyophilize the product, or we can, many times the liquid is also canned and it is sold. The main cost of a production or a industry in biotechnology, it is related to the downstream processing. Downstream processing involves basically cell separation, if you see here. Then from the cell separation, depending what kind of a product we have, is it a extracellular product or an intracellular product? We'll have to go in for, if it is an intracellular product, we'll have to go in for a cell disruption, and then taking out the product which is inside the cell. So if it is an intracellular product, it becomes a little costlier as compared to an extracellular product, because if it is given out of the cell, the product is produced by a cell and given out of a bacterial cell, the purification becomes easier, because you just have to filtrate out the cells and the other debris, and you have a basically you have a product which can be packaged as you want and can be sold. So that becomes the easier part. But if we have to go in for like crystallization or lyophilization, then the process becomes a little costly. So whenever we are going for an industrial process, we first have to go in for a small scale level, where we know how much amount of substrate is required, or the initial investment for the upstream processing and then the downstream processing. Once we have a small cost benefit ratio, and only then we can go in for an upscaling of that. Then this is just a picture of a fermenter, which you have already seen in your labs. This one is a small 3 to 5 liter glass fermenter, which is basically in this, it can be an in situ autoclavable, or you can also add in autoclaved media. The other, which is the larger one, which is a commercial scale fermenter, it requires a larger space. It requires more amount of little energy as compared to the small scale. And you need basically a temperature control module with it, wherein the media which we are putting it into the fermenter should be autoclavable. That is, once you put the media into the fermenter, it is basically, there are boilers attached to it, wherein you autoclave the media. Once the autoclaving is done, you have a manual injection or a automated injection of the microorganisms, which is there, which can be one time or can be in a fed batch form, depending on the process which you're going in for. And then there could be a place wherein you are removing the product after the basically 24 hours or 48 hours, depending on the process of the microorganism. Then next, once we have done in the lab, because I think so all the students would be using the fermenters in your lab also at one time, I think so 3rd or 4th year. And that would be a lab scale level. Many times what we are doing is the shake flask also can be done. So the first starting is a shake flask, which can be, we can start from a 50 ml to a 1000 ml liter in a simple flask. So that can be done. Then second, the scale up would be a laboratories scale up, which would be to 5 to 20 liters. Next would be a pilot scale, and then would be a production fermenter. So first we have to analyze the cost benefit ratio for a shake flask, then a laboratory, and a pilot plant. The pilot plant is basically put wherein we can, it is similar to both the production also, and can be to a pilot scale also. The final thing which I wanted to discuss was, this was basically a general talk about what is industrial biotech, what are the components which are involved. But major for the students, I wanted to say was, because the students for BTech biotechnology, because they are basically engineers, so they are more suitable for a job in a production industry. But the problem comes when you come out of BTech, you have a major drawback where freshers are not used for a production in a production company, because the process of the fermentation, the process of that is the upstream as well as downstream, is not very well known to the students, because most of the products which are formed are basically, they are all patents and they are undisclosed. So when in academics, when they are taught a very general kind of a downstream and an upstream process, which basically does not help them in the later for applying for specific industry jobs in production. But for students, I would like to tell you, if you basically go in for microbiology, proper microbiology training, practical as well as theoretical, which you are taught in the college, then fermentation technology, because fermentation technology is a major part which is taught in BTech biotechnology, which basically involves both upstream and downstream process. And the final comes is QA/QC testing. These are basically the different job options or the subjects wherein you can get jobs in a production industry. I think so, I just think so 34 minutes are done. Should I, if the students would like to ask anything, they can ask. I can just stop. Actually, you know, talking to students on Zoom is very tough. You know, you cannot see their faces. So I have no idea as to what do they understand or not, you know. So that is a little tough. I don't know how you are teaching for so long.
That's a challenge. That's a challenge.
Yeah, that's a challenge. So if any students would like to ask, or, you know, yeah, Dr. Meenu.
You may continue, ma'am. They'll raise their hand at the end of the lecture, then we'll invite the questions.
Okay, sure.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, good evening.
Hello. Yeah, Vikas.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, कैसे हैं डॉक्टर विकास? या
I'm fine, ma'am. How are you?
एब्सोल्युटली फाइन. या हाँ, बताइए. Should I continue? Like,
Vikas, you want to ask something? Hello, Vikas. Some network issue.
मैं इस पे हाँ मैम. यस मैम.
Yeah.
यस. आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
हाँ बिल्कुल क्लियर है, बताइए.
हेलो. आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
हाँ जी बिल्कुल क्लियर है, बताइए.
If I'm audible?
या आई कैन हियर यू.
हाँ मैम. ये जैसे फर्मेंटर का अगर सपोज करिए हम प्रोडक्शन, हाँ फर्मेंटर में अगर हम सपोज करिए प्रोसेस को ऑप्टिमाइज करना चाहें,
हाँ जी.
so after doing our fermentation, what are the different tools that we can use to optimize the process once our fermentation is over? So how do we go for analysis part?
Again, basically it depends on what product you are going into. Supposing it is a alcohol produced,
Okay.
तो आपको सबसे पहले क्या करना पड़ेगा? वी कैन नॉट बेसिकली एक बिजनेस मॉडल हम नहीं बना सकते जब तक कि वी डू नॉट गो इनटू ए पायलट प्लांट. जब हम लैब स्केल में होते हैं, द अमाउंट ऑफ एनर्जी रिक्वायर्ड, द चेंजेस विच आर अकरिंग इन द मीडिया or during the fermentation time are different as compared to the changes which occur in a 100-liter fermenter. So until we go into that pilot plant study, we cannot basically compare the profits or the the investment and the profit ratio, because हमें एक idea नहीं होता कि आपने कल्चर लिया. ऑप्टिमाइज करने के लिए तो बहुत सारे तरीके हैं जो आप कर ही रहे हो लैब्स में. इट इज बेसिकली फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, इफ अगर आपने ऑर्गेनिज्म एक पर्टिकुलर लिया, डिपेंडिंग ऑन व्हाट काइंड ऑफ ऑर्गेनिज्म इज देयर, कि वो नेचुरल है, मतलब वाइल्ड टाइप है, कि इज इट अ म्यूटेंट और इज इट अ रिकॉम्बिनेंट. सो द ऑप्टिमाइजेशन it is different for all different kinds of organisms. उसमें it depends कि आपको क्या चीज महंगी पड़ रही है. Supposing we are using a particular media which is there, उसमें मीडिया में हम नॉर्मली जब हम लैब्स में यूज करते हैं, वी आर यूजिंग पेप्टोन, बीफ एक्सट्रैक्ट और महंगे हार्मोन्स, विटामिन्स, ये सब हम डालते हैं. तो जब हम मीडिया ही इतना महंगा कर लेते हैं, तो इट बिकम्स वेरी टफ टू कम आउट विद अ प्रोडक्ट व्हिच इज चीप. सो इनिशियली ओनली वी हैव टू लुक फॉर अ मीडिया व्हिच इज वेरी चीप, and the raw material is very cheap. And the other part is the amount of the inoculum which we are using, it should also be grown in a media which is very cheap. तो नॉर्मल अगर हम न्यूट्रिएंट अगार या यूरिया अगार ये सब यूज करते हैं तो वो बहुत महंगा पड़ जाता है. तो अगर हम कोई वैसा एक्सट्रैक्ट बना सके विच इज फ्रॉम अ वेस्ट और फ्रॉम वेजिटेबल फ्रूट्स या कुछ और एनिमल वेस्ट, तो द होल प्रोसेस स्टार्ट्स विद बीइंग चीप. बिकॉज एनर्जी तो उतनी खर्च होगी व्हेन वी आर पुटिंग इट. आपको अगर टेम्परेचर पर्टिकुलर 37 डिग्री है, सो यू कैन नॉट रिड्यूस द अमाउंट ऑफ एनर्जी विच इज रिक्वायर्ड. यू कैन नॉट रिड्यूस द एनर्जी विच इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर बॉइलिंग और स्टरलाइजिंग. सबसे पहला क्या आता है, आपका मीडिया एंड कल्चर सस्ता होना चाहिए.
yes yes.
उसके बाद व्हेन वी गो इनटू अ प्रोडक्ट में आपको ये है कि बायो, अगर आप डाउनस्ट्रीम प्रोसेस कर रहे हो, वी हैव टू लुक फॉर अ चीप डाउनस्ट्रीम प्रोसेस पूरा.
okay.
सो ओनली देन वी कैन कम आउट विद द मैक्सिमम अमाउंट. जरूरी नहीं है बहुत हाई अमाउंट प्रोड्यूस हो, लेकिन कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव होना चाहिए, सबसे जरूरी.
yes okay ma'am, thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else would like to ask a question?
Any student want to ask something?
Because I understand it is after lunch and घर पे बैठे वैसे भी बच्चे. I am seeing my daughter also, how daughter and son, how they are attending the classes on Zoom.
They're more tired.
So I know it becomes very tough for the students also. But but if they want later on also, if they want to ask any questions and for any help,
we'll let you know.
Yeah.
So we can end up here, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. आप बताइए कुछ.
Okay. So ठीक है. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for explaining industrial biotechnology and application so nicely. I know it's very difficult to connect with the student in Zoom. But
I know it is very difficult. Okay, thank you, Dr.
Thank you, ma'am. We'll meet you. I think we'll meet you soon.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.